Welcome to episode 7 of Wrestling in 1990. This episode, we will be covering All Japan Pro Wrestling. This year was like a roller coaster ride, some ups, some downs, but a very productive year for All Japan. The champions going into 1990 are the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight Champion is Jumbo Tsuruta. The All Japan World Tag Team Champions are Genichiro Tenryu and Stan Hansen. The All Asia Tag Team Champions are Footloose, Toshiaki Kawada and Samson Fuyuki. And the All Japan World Junior Heavyweight Champion is Masanobu Fuchi. The first title match of 1990 would see a successful title defense of the All Asia Tag Team titles, as Footloose would defeat the Fantastics, Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers. Later on that same month, Masanobu Fuchi would successfully defend the World Junior Heavyweight title versus Shinichi Nakano. On March 2, Footloose would lose the All Asia Tag Team titles to Doug Furnas and Dan Profit. This was Footloose' third reign as All Asia Tag Team Champions, and they would not win the titles again as the team would split up. On March 6th, the team of Terry Gordy and Steve Williams would beat the team of Tenryu and Stan Hansen to win the All Japan World Tag Team titles. That same night, Jumbo Tsuruta would successfully defend the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight title versus Barry Windham. April of 1990 was probably the most busy month of the year in all of pro wrestling. It would be a very news-filled month for All Japan as well. The first big piece of news for April of 1990 in All Japan, Doug Furnas and Dan Profit would lose the All Asia Tag Team titles on April 9th to Tiger Mask 2 and Kenta Kobashi. April 19th, 1990 would be a very important day for All Japan Pro Wrestling and their future. First up, for the All Japan World Tag Team titles, Dr. Death Steve Williams and Terry Gordy would successfully defend their titles versus Dan Spivey and Stan Hansen. And the main event that night, for the very last time, Jumbo Tsuruta and Genichiro Tenryu would wrestle for the Triple Crown Heavyweight title. Jumbo Tsuruta would get the win that night. Why this match is so important? When Giant Baba took a step back from wrestling, his two chosen pupils were Jumbo Tsuruta and Genichiro Tenryu. Both these men dominated the 80s in All Japan Pro Wrestling, winning singles titles, tag team titles, winning tag titles together, feuding together, even feuding over the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight title in 1989. But this match on April 19th, 1990 would be their last. Genichiro Tenryu would leave All Japan Pro Wrestling and would eventually take a portion of the roster to form a new promotion, Super World of Sports. With one of your main eventers leaving, that leaves a spot that needs to be filled, and that spot would be filled on May 14th as Tiger Mask 2 would team up with Toshiaki Kawada to take on Yoshiaki Yatsu and Samson Fuyuki. In the middle of the match, Tiger Mask 2 would tell Toshiaki Kawada to undo his mask. He would then unmask, throw the mask in the crowd, and reveal Mitsuharu Misawa. And just like that, a star is born in All Japan Pro Wrestling. On May 17th, 1990, Kenta Kobashi and Tiger Mask 2, now going by Mitsuharu Misawa, would vacate the All Asia Tag Team titles. There would be new All Asia Tag Team champions on June 5th. When Akira Taue and Shinichi Nakano would beat Davey Boy Smith and Johnny Smith. That same night, Jumbo Tsuruta would lose the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight Championship to Terry Gordy. On June 8th, 1990, one of the most important matches in All Japan Pro Wrestling history would happen. In a singles match, Jumbo Tsuruta would take on Mitsuharu Misawa. The original plan for this match was Jumbo Tsuruta gets the win, but when Giant Baba got to the arena and saw how many supporters Mitsuharu Misawa had and how much merchandise Mitsuharu Misawa was selling, he changed his mind and wanted Mitsuharu Misawa to get the victory. Even Jumbo Tsuruta questioned Baba's decision here, asking him if he could reconsider his decision, but Baba was dead set on Mitsuharu Misawa getting the win. So after Jumbo Tsuruta countered a backdrop into a pin, Misawa would also counter his pin, and he would pin Jumbo Tsuruta in the middle of the ring. And the legend of Mitsuharu Misawa is born on June 8th, 1990. That same night, Terry Gordy would lose the All Japan Triple Crown heavyweight title to Stan Hansen. Gordy was only champion for 3 days. On July 12, 1990, Masanobu Fuchi would successfully defend his All Japan Pro Wrestling World Junior Heavyweight title versus Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. On July 17, 1990, Terry Gordy would win back the All Japan Triple Crown heavyweight title by defeating Stan Hansen. Unfortunately for Terry Gordy, he would have an overdose on a plane and would be forced to vacate the All Japan Triple Crown heavyweight title. Once again having a very short title reign, only 10 days, this is the incident that would really cost Terry Gordy his career. He would continue wrestling after that, but would never be the same. Terry Gordy would unfortunately pass away on July 16, 2001. He was only 40 years old. On July 27, 1990, Masanobu Fuchi would successfully defend the All Japan Pro Wrestling Junior Heavyweight Championship versus Pete Roberts. This would be the last title defense of Masanobu Fuchi for 1990, but he would be champion for a very long time. This was his third reign as All Japan Pro Wrestling World Junior Heavyweight Champion, and he would not lose the title until 1993. Finally losing the title to Dan Crawford, he ended his third reign at 1,309 days, which is still the record for longest All Japan Pro Wrestling World Junior Heavyweight title reign in the history of All Japan. Also on July 27, 1990, the vacant All Japan Pro Wrestling Triple Crown Heavyweight title would be on the line. Stan the Lariat Hansen would defeat the rising star Mitsuharu Misawa to win back the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight title. Terry Gordy was back wrestling on July 19, 1990, losing the All Japan World Tag Team titles with Dr. Death Steve Williams to Jumbo Tsuruta and the Great Kabuki. 8 days later, on July 27th, Kabuki and Jumbo Tsuruta would vacate the All Japan World Tag Team titles. On September 1st, 1990, Stan the Lariat Hansen would have his first successful title defense of the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight Championship versus Dr. Death Steve Williams. This would be the last All Japan Pro Wrestling Triple Crown Heavyweight title match of the year. Stan Hansen would lose the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight title on January 19, 1991 to Jumbo Tsuruta, who would start his third and final reign as All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight Champion. The vacant All Asia Tag Team titles would be on the line as Kenta Kobashi and Johnny Ace would defeat the Fantastics, Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers. This would be the last All Asia Tag Team title match of the year. Fans might recognize Johnny Ace as former WWE employee John Laurinaitis. He is also the brother of Road Warrior Animal Joe Laurinaitis. As far as Kenta Kobashi, his career would only grow from here, becoming a multiple-time All-Asia Tag Team Champion, multiple-time World Tag Team Champion, and multiple-time All-Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight Champion. The last big piece of news to cover in 1990 would be the Real World Tag League. This would take place from November 15th, 1990 to December 7th of 1990. The winners of the Real World Tag League in 1990 would also win the vacant All Japan Pro Wrestling World Tag Team titles. The teams in this tournament would be Abdullah the Butcher and Giant Kimala II, Akira Taue and Jumbo Tsuruta, Andre the Giant and Giant Baba, Butch Masters and Skywalker Nitron, Dan Spivey and Stan Hansen, Dick Slater and Joel Deaton, Dory and Terry Funk, Dynamite Kid and Johnny Smith, Johnny Ace and Kenta Kobashi, Mighty Inoue and Rusher Kimura, Mitsuharu Misawa and Kenta Kobashi, and the winners of the tournament and new All Japan World Tag Team Champions, Dr. Death Steve Williams and Terry Bam Bam Gordy. In the finals, they would defeat the tag team of Stan the Lariat Hansen and Dangerous Dan Spivey. 1990 would be the start of the four pillars of heaven for All Japan Pro Wrestling: Mitsuharu Misawa, Kenta Kobashi, Akira Taue, and Toshiaki Kawada. Later on in the decade, Mitsuharu Misawa and Kenta Kobashi would form a very famous tag team, and they would feud with another very famous tag team, the Holy Demon Army of Toshiaki Kawada and Akira Taue. These two teams would trade the All Japan Pro Wrestling World Tag Team titles back and forth for the decade of the 1990s. All four men would also be the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight Champion. Mitsuharu Misawa would be the first to hold the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight Championship, as he would defeat Stan Hansen in 1992, starting what is still to this very day the longest All Japan Pro Wrestling Triple Crown Heavyweight title reign ever, when he held the title for 705 days. Misawa would win the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight title 5 times in his career. Toshiaki Kawada would also win the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight title 5 times. Kenta Kobashi would win the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight title 3 times, and Akira Taue would win the All Japan Triple Crown Heavyweight title once. On January 31st, 1999, Giant Baba would pass away at the age of 61. Ownership of the company would go to his widow, Motoko Baba, and the presidency would go to Mitsuharu Misawa. Misawa and Motoko did not get along, so in the year 2000, Misawa would take the wrestlers, the cameramen, the referee, the staff, everybody except for 2 wrestlers, Toshiaki Kawada and Masanobu Fuchi. He would leave All Japan with all that talent to form Pro Wrestling Noah. Pro Wrestling Noah would become a very big success. They would start the GHC Championship belts, the Global Honored Crown. The first GHC Heavyweight Champion would be Mitsuharu Misawa. Former All Japan wrestlers such as Kenta Kobashi, Jun Akiyama, and Akira Taue would all hold the GHC Heavyweight Championship. Unfortunately, tragedy would struck Pro Wrestling Noah on June 13th, 2009, during a GHC Tag Team title match with Mitsuharu Misawa and Go Shiozaki challenging Akatoshi Saito and Bison Smith. Mitsuharu Misawa would be hit with a backdrop suplex by Akatoshi Saito. He would inform the referee that he was not okay before falling unconscious. Later on that night, it was announced that Mitsuharu Misawa had passed away at the age of 46. It's one of the darkest days in pro wrestling history, but we should all choose to remember Mitsuharu Misawa for the legend that he is, for the legacy that he left behind that started when he pinned Jumbo Tsuruta on June 8th, 1990. And with that, that'll be the end of this episode. It ended a little bit darker with the passing of Mitsuharu Misawa, but he deserves all the credit in the world for being one of the absolute greatest ever. Episode 8, we're staying in Japan. We're staying with All Japan. All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling, that is. Time to highlight the women of wrestling in 1990. So with that, thank you for watching, and have a great day.